Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's gonna join us. If we are live. It says we're live. There it is. Okay. We are officially live, and we are coming to you old school. Kind of doing a little experiment. Gotta tell ya. I have noticed when we used to come live old school, we had lots of people joining us from all over the world, honestly. And of course, back then I had the horrible internet who would get cut off here and there and everywhere. And then I got good internet, so we decided to go a little more advanced, high tech. I guess you could say it really isn't high tech. It's easy peasy using StreamYard. So I could go live here on Facebook and on YouTube all at the same time. But I noticed we don't have so many people joining us anymore. And I don't know if it's because Facebook, because I'm using another product, isn't putting us out there as much as they used to. So I decided, let's just do a teeny tiny little experiment. And we'll do old school today. So let's see who's going to join us tonight. Got some fun stuff for you tonight. I am featuring a brand out in January in our mini catalog. This is fabulous. This should be hitting your mailboxes any day now. If you are here, go ahead and say hello so I know who's hanging out with us. I do have, oh, hey, Arlene, so glad to see you. And of course, it's celebration come January. So it's January and February. Celebration goes live, and it is for 2 months. For every $50 you spend, you're going to be able to pick a product out of here. I can't open these covers. I can only tell you it's fabulous stuff in there. And I do have catalogs coming in the mail to you. But we are featuring the lovely, Perennial Lavender Suite. Gorgeous, gorgeous suite. But we'll get into that in just a minute. I do want to go over a few things. The January Paper Pumpkin, very exciting, is going to coordinate with that suite of product. My printer, I think, got a little crazy when it tried to print this out. But this is the January little sneak peek of the January kit. It's going to coordinate, like I said, with that Perennial Lavender Suite. It's going to have dies that are going to coordinate with this Paper Pumpkin, as well as the next two, February and March, that are add-ons. I believe they were, I'll tell you right now, they're going to be $12. And that item number, if you are interested, you must be a subscriber. The item number is 164396. So if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and you want those, take that number down, 164396, and you can add that on. It will ask you for your email address that you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin with, because it will confirm that you are a subscriber. You can't get these dies unless you are. And they will coordinate with the whole quarter. And they're going to do this going forward next year for 2024. With every quarter, there will be some exclusive dies that will coordinate with the kits. We also have the online exclusives. Like I said, lots of beautiful things in there. So you just want to jump online, up and down. We have all sorts of beautiful kits. Again, beginning in 2024. Oh, hey, Deb. So glad to see you join. With the kits, we will be releasing 2 kits a month. So if you do like those quick, easy projects you can throw in your bag and go, that's going to be your thing. I'm breaking up. Interesting. We're probably still better off on StreamYard then. All right, we'll keep an eye on it and just see what happens. Hopefully it'll straighten itself out. Anybody else having quality issues? December tutorial bundle, that is coming out this week. And I do apologize, there's a little bit of a delay because the girl who does it, just like the rest of us, has had a busy schedule. But again, if you place a $50 order, you do, it's got to be old school Facebook. Interesting. Okay, well, next week we're not going to be live next week because of the obviously Christmas, and the following week will be New Year's Eve. So in 3 weeks we'll go back to using StreamYard. I just wanted to do an experiment tonight just to see how this worked going it this way. And I apologize, guys. I just wanted to see what would happen. Anywho, for the tutorial bundle, if you place a $50 purchase in my online store, I do send that tutorial out to you. It's a link that you can download the bundle to your own desktop or whatever you use. Thanks, Arlene. I appreciate that. Anywho, so yeah, tutorial bundles going to be coming out. So if you have placed an order, it will be coming to you as soon as I have it. And then going forward, and then of course we'll be getting into the January bundles. Whew, crazy stuff. Okay. New beautiful suite. First of all, this designer series paper. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's called the Perennial Lavender. And check out this gorgeous paper. I think I showed it to you already once, but I gotta show it to you one more time. It's so beautiful. Love these prints, shading, the colors, the designs. Absolutely beautiful. Love this stuff. Hey, Miss Betty. Hey, glad to see you all hopping on. But yeah, just absolutely stunning paper. The paper alone with a sentiment is going to be amazing, and we're actually going to do one card that way, because again, the paper itself just speaks volumes. Absolutely beautiful. Love this paper. Anyway, so that's the paper. As far as the product suite goes, it does feature 2 bundles. Let me see if I can't get this stuff out of here. So I can show you. All right, so we have 2 bundles. We have the Painted Lavender. Ooh, I'm getting all discombobulated here. And then we have the Perennial Postage. So the Painted Lavender has no sentiments, but the Perennial Postage pairs perfectly with it and provides your sentiments perfectly. We have these amazing postage dies. These are called Perennial Postage. This here one embosses only. It does not cut, but oh my gosh, we're going to use that tonight. Then we have, again, like I said, the the Painted Lavender, and again, all of these shapes do have a coordinating die. The only one that doesn't is this one here, but everything else, and this one, everything else has a coordinating die for it. Oh, this one doesn't either. Take that back. Not all of them, but the majority. This, and the butterflies, and these little flowers all have one. This does not, this does not. So, but awesome suite of product. And in addition to that, there is also these really beautiful embellishments. Oh, they're in this bucket. Check out these gorgeous embellishments. And they come in 3 shades. We have Blackberry Bliss, Highland Heather, and Gorgeous Grape. So this is the Gorgeous Grape, and the Highland Heather is up in here. And these are your Blackberry Bliss. Beautiful shades of purple. Love these. Okay, first card. This one's our probably gonna take us the most time because it's got a little extra stuff going on here, but this is our first card we're gonna make. This is sending love and best wishes, and it's kind of like, has the appearance of postage, but check that little postage cancel. That's totally embossed in there. There's no cutting, and I did run it across both the designer paper and our little postage piece here. The other cards we're gonna make are big hugs. And then this is the one I was telling you, or featuring the paper is probably the primary piece here going on with the sending love and best wishes. So, but we're gonna start with this one here. Set these two aside. And for this one, we are gonna need our Berry Burst card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we just need to find that bone folder. I know I have it over here. It's just a matter of which bucket did it go into. Here we go. So we're just going to go ahead with that. Then I have a lot of scraps. I have some scrap basic white for all of our stamping and die cutting. I have another piece. This is for our sentiment. I have a scrap Berry Burst to cut out our little postage piece. And then I have this piece of designer series paper. And this measures 4 1/4 or 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to die cut this using our postage dies. And I'm going to use the largest of the dies. So we're going to grab this one here. And I have my big boss here behind me. We're going to be using that because the baby boss just isn't going to be large enough to accommodate this. But I'm going to go ahead and run this through right behind me here. So stick with me. And again, absolutely gorgeous. Once again, Stampin' Up outdid themselves. They're designers. And I'm not one to use scare tactics or anything like that, but I will tell you, I believe in my heart of hearts, this is going to be probably one of the most popular suites in the new mini. So if this is something that you want and you want it pretty early on, it's one I would recommend that you put on your wish list to get right off. Otherwise, you may be waiting a while for it to come back in. Just because I do know from the experience with the fall-winter catalog with the amazing leaf set, that paper was extremely popular, and then a lot of people didn't get it when they wanted it, and there was a lot of upset people. So I'm just going to put that out there. I believe this suite is going to be something like that. So you might want to go ahead and make that like one of your first things you get if this is on your list. Just saying that. Okay, so we're going to set this aside because I don't want to attach this yet because I am going to run this through with my little postage piece once we have that ready with our little design element there. So we're going to grab this here scrap. We're going to bring it in the baby boss. And I just got to see. There. I knew I grabbed them. We need our baby boss plates. And sorry about that. Didn't mean to hit the camera. Not used to my setup being like this anymore. Okay, so we're just going to get that on there just so. Run that through. And there we have our little postage piece. Put that back. Then we're going to pull out this piece here. Now this here just embosses. It does not cut. But to make it a little bit more, how do I say, show up a little more, I've got the Blackberry ink, Blackberry Bliss ink. And you know what, before I do that, let me go ahead and add some adhesive. We're going to go ahead and glue that right in there like so. Then we need, and again, because of the size of this panel, we are going to go ahead and run this through our big boss. This won't fit through the baby boss, but we got this little piece here, and I'm just going to ink it up. And that's going to help it just show up a little bit better. I'm getting a little inky, but that's okay. We're going to lay that down. And I'm going to carefully take this over to the big boss and run it through. Check that out. Let's see if you can see that imprint in there perfectly. Okay, so now we can go ahead and attach this to our card base. There we go, just like so. Then I've got my scrap for my sentiment here. I'm going to bring that in. And this says, sending love and best wishes. And we want, once again, the Blackberry Bliss ink pad. We're going to and I'm going to stamp that on our scrap piece here, like so. Close that up. Have my little dirty chamois here on the side of me. I won't even put that in the camera. It's so bad. Okay, now for this one, we're going to use this here die, but I want to move it to the left so we have a little extra space on the right or the left side here. All right, I do have here my Post-it tape that'll help us. Not very sticky right there. Okay, so now we're gonna get this all nicey nice. Put an extra piece on there just to make sure it stays put. And we can bring back the baby boss, because this will fit. When there's room, like to put it at an angle, it does go through a little bit smoother and not so jumpy. now we can go ahead and peel the Post-it tape away. Okay. So now we have our sentiment. Go ahead and put that die back. And we need some dimensionals. I'm just going to put okay, we are going to be your address label to your recipient. It says sending love and best wishes. All right, so that's parts done. Now we're just going to bring in our next scrap here. And we need our stem and our flowers. And can't forget, I did forget to stamp that out already. Let's see. I have here Shaded Spruce, Berry Burst, and our Blackberry Bliss. So we're going to start with our stems. I need 3 of them. So we're going to stamp Shaded Spruce stems. We need 1. 2 and 3. Close that up. Then we need 1 of the Berry Burst, or the Blackberry Bliss flowers. Oh, that didn't stamp very well. Well, we're going to do this one here. Probably should have brought over a cushion, but we're going to make it work. You don't see too much of the Blackberry Bliss one anyway. Then we need our Berry Burst. And we're going to need 2 of those. And let's see. If we do it over this way. Okay. Clean that. Actually, put that one back. And real quick, we're going to do our butterflies before we cut these out. So we got our 2 little butterflies. They're on 1. They're 2 butterflies in 1, I guess you could say. We're going to ink that up. And we're going to bring this in. And our butterflies are just going to kind of surround. And these butterflies actually have a coordinating die, so you could actually do those dimensional. You could actually stamp them and then cut them out and pop them up a little bit to add a little more dimension, but I figured I had a lot going on here, so I didn't think it would be the best thing I could do. All right, so now we need the coordinating dies for this. Put these back in, pull these out. Okay. I want to share a tip with you too, because I haven't had a chance to order any more magnets, and I struggle, and I forgot to trace these ones, but this is my new thing that I've been trying to do so that I can see where my dies go, because a lot of times once I have them off here, I can't figure out where the heck they go again. Take a marker and just outline your dies so that way you know where they go when you're done using them. And then we need this one here. And then you are guaranteed you get your dies put back in the package where they're supposed to be. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and line up this stem. And again, we're gonna grab, and then we're gonna do this flower. Hopefully, these aren't too far. Okay, yeah, they'll both go through. Alrighty. All right, maybe. Okay, there's one stem and one flower. And I promise this is the most time consuming of the 3 cards. And that's because I did do a lot of layering on this one, but the rest of them are pretty quick. There's that. And does not like the paper to be too far ahead there. Oop, get that. Like so. Oh, this one moved. So sometimes even having Post-it tape, if you're not careful, it will move. Okay. Let's try it again. Go. They get very persnickety if you don't have it lined up just so. Okay, there's another flower and stem. And the final one, if I can get it to like I said, it does not like the paper too close to the edge. It will not grab for whatever reason. You've got to keep that paper back. So if you ever have problems with your Baby Boss, readjust your paper, because that's the problem. It's super finicky. Okay, done with those. No, I won't put those there. All right, so now we're gonna bring back our card, and I need my liquid glue here. And for our stems, we're gonna add those first. We're just gonna put of glue there. Hold that down for just a minute. Next one. And I'm staggering this one down just a little bit compared to the other one. Not much. And then the final one, this one's going to actually go off the label. Just like so. Okay. Next, ooh, sticky fingers. We need dimensionals again. So for this one, we'll put one right there, and this is going to be our center. This one is going to go right there. And then the final one also gets a dimensional. And that go, oops, upside down. Goes like so. Okay. So then, which I did forget to show you, as part of the suite, you get these laser cut butterflies. There you get a total of 40 of them. There's 5 on a sheet. You get 8 sheets. And let me show you how they come. Whoop. This one goes in just like so. Like so. Whoop. This one's not behaving. And they are all laser cut. Very, very delicate. Very beautiful. And I'm going to use this one right here. The smaller one here. And because these are so fussy and delicate, I like to pull the rest of them right off the sheet. And it's easier to put the loose ones back into the package rather than trying to shove that sheet back in there. So we got lots of loosey-goosey butterflies in here. But again, there's 40 butterflies in total. So then, oops, I'm just going to bring in a scrap grid paper here. And I have my light Blackberry Bliss marker. This is my Stampin' Blend. And I'm going to color just the edges here. I'm using the side of my marker. And I'm not being really fussy particular here. I'm just trying to get some color on here. And I went over it a couple times. And I'm gonna show you, see how dark this is? She kind of got lost being this dark, so I flip her over so she is a little bit lighter in color to attach her to the card. So you have the back side where it's kind of soaked through. And we're going to use a glue dot. So I got my glue dots here. And we're just going to add her to the bottom of this flower here. And that's it. This card is done. Well, thank you for the hearts, ladies. It's one thing you can't see doing StreamYard. You don't see the hearts coming through, just the comments. But that's awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so that is card number 1. Like I said, the remainder of them are not as detailed. They go by pretty easy and quickly. All right, we're gonna do, let's do this one next. This one is this pretty card, and this one, like I said, pretty much we're looking at the paper. The paper is just beautiful. And you know what? I did not bring over my trimmer, because what I'm going to do is I have a card base here. First of all, we have a thick basic white. It's 4 1/4 by 11, and I have it scored at 5 1/2. So we're going to go ahead and fold on that score line, and we'll go ahead with our bone folder. And I have a piece of Blackberry Bliss. This measures 3 3/4 by 4, or excuse me, 3 3/4 by 5. And then I have a piece of the DSP that measures 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. But I do need to cut it at 3 inches so that we have the other piece of our panel, so we can see both sides. We cut it, and I forgot to bring the trimmer over, so let me go over and do that real quick. We're going to cut it at 3 inches. So we have this piece we're just flipping over. So it was like so. Now it's like so. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to add these two. So add our adhesive. You want to make sure you have 3 equal borders, and then we're going to add the adhesive to that side, and we're going to go ahead and butt that right up perfectly. Like so. Then I have this gorgeous ribbon here. This is the silver and white sheer ribbon. This one is carrying over, which I'm really happy to hear because this has become one of my favorite ribbons. So this one is gonna stay with us at least another season anyway. So happy about that. All right, I'm trying to get this to cooperate with me though. My hands, it's not the ribbon, it's my hands that don't like to do things the way they're supposed to anymore. Yesterday I did some deep cleaning around the house that was definitely in necessity of being done, and of course didn't I aggravate my shoulder. So using my little tweezers here just to hold that while we tie our bow. There we go. Oop. Tell me I didn't grab scissors. Of course I didn't. All right, let me grab those. Wow. 20 pairs of scissors and I can't, they're there. I was gonna say, I can't find a pair. What's up? Oh well, that would be par for my course there. So we're just gonna go ahead and trim those tails. All right, then we're gonna add adhesive to the back of our panel, and we will go ahead and add this to our card base. Okay, so this is going to go on the center of our card base again. Get that centered. Oop. What the heck? How did I? This is all cattywampus, this whole card base. Let's try that again. There, that's better. Goodness gracious. Okay, that's that. Now we need our scrap basic white, and we need our sentiment, which is, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Again, we're using the Sending Love and Best Wishes, and we're using Blackberry Bliss. And we're going to go ahead and stamp like so. Okay, back to these postage dies here. We're going to again use that one we used earlier, because that fits the sentiment perfectly. And again, we're just going to go ahead and tack it down so it doesn't move around on us. Bring back that baby boss. Run that through like so. All right, so then, whoop, we're going to take some dimensionals. And just going to go ahead and just use a couple just to straddle that ribbon. Whoop. Like so. Then,
sorry, I'm having trouble connecting.
Right on schedule.
Looks like an issue with the router.
She never misses a beat.
Try restarting it.
A week.
Unplug both of them, then plug the router back in. Wait 30 seconds. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet.
Got these real pretty purple fine shimmer gems. Oops. Pick tool. All right, scissors it is. Look at how pretty these are, though. Aren't they beautiful? So we're using the Blackberry Bliss. So I'm going to take one of these smaller ones here. And we're going to put that right there in the corner. And then we want a larger one. And we're going to put that right down here in this corner, along with another little, yeah, that isn't a very little one, but it's all right. Doesn't matter. And there you have it. Card number 2 is now complete. Quick, easy, but so pretty with that paper. Like I said, the designer paper is like the, oh, I just love it. It's my fave. Alrighty. Exactly. It has an elegant look to it. It does. And so easy. And that's what we like. We like easy. All right. The last one. Can you believe it? We're finally there. Okay. So for this one, once again, using that basic white, thick basic white cardstock for our card base. Again, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Gonna fold on that score line. I'm gonna make sure this time that I have it lined up so I don't end up with any cattywampus card bases. That was absolutely bizarre. So we're gonna go ahead, press that out. We have more of that gorgeous lavender paper, and this time we're using this pattern here. You also have that one. Either one would certainly work, but I love that. I think that's so pretty. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add that to our card base. Once again, this is another super cute. Well, actually, it's very pretty. It's not even cute. And we're just going to go ahead and layer that onto our card base like so. Then I went ahead and I've already cut it out, but this is using the second large postage rectangle. And again, this is cut from some vellum to go right over the top here. And because the floral arrangement here is going to be covering, this is where I'm going to put my adhesive. So we're going to go ahead and just add adhesive along that area so that the flowers will actually cover it and you'll never see it. Because as you know, most adhesives do show through your vellum. You could, honestly, if you really wanted, if you were concerned about this not sticking well enough, you can actually use adhesive sheets and cover the entire thing, and then it's not so noticeable because the whole thing is covered in it. You don't see the marks like you do by putting regular adhesive on there. But that would be the only way you could really seal this down completely. But I like having a little bit of fluid motion, I guess you could call it, in the vellum. And that area right there is plenty enough to keep this adhered. Okay, so next I have a whole bunch of scraps. I have a scrap here for my sentiment, just need a little piece. I have a piece here for my floral, and then a piece, or actually this is for the sentiment, this is for my stem. All right, so we're gonna do all of our stamping, and then we'll go ahead and do all of our cutting, and we'll be good to go to put this card together. So I'm gonna go ahead, put that back in there like so. Let's see. We have our sentiment. And I have my stems. Okay, what do we got here? And we have the decal circles to cut out our sentiment. We have our twine. I think we have everything we need. So we're going to start with our flowers, our little lavender flowers, and we got gorgeous grape for this. So we're going to go ahead and ink up those lavenders with that gorgeous grape. So pretty. All right, so then we're going to go ahead, get more ink on the middle of that. There we go. Then we're just going to go ahead, stamp that. Ta-da! So pretty. Okay, set that aside. Then we can do our stems, and that is going to use our shaded spruce. So ink that up in shaded spruce. And that's gonna go like so. Oop, didn't close up that one. That could have been a disaster. And then we have our sentiment, and once again, gorgeous grape. And we're gonna go ahead. We got big hugs. Like so. Okay.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Oh, now
It
she's
looks
going to
like
go for a
that she
second
required an
round.
echo device, so try restarting them. Unplug both of them, then plug the router back in.
Oh, for
Wait
the
30
love.
seconds. Once the router is back
All right.
connected to the internet.
So now we can go
Device.
ahead and get all the stuff out of the way because we just have some die cutting to do. So let's bring in our dies here. There. The other reason for having these outlines tells you that you're missing some. Oop. Okay, so we want this one for the stems and this one for the flower. So we'll set that aside like so. Bring the flower in. We'll go ahead, get that all lined up nice and snug like. So that goes like that. I need some more tape. And then this one, you see these little holes right here at the bottom of this particular die? So you want to look through those to make sure that you see the stems, the bottom of the stems right in those little holes. That will help you get things all lined up. You should see a stem in all three. There we go. And we need a little bit more. And then we have our sentiment, and this one we're going to use our deckled circles. We're using the smallest one right here in the dead center. We'll line up right there. So tomorrow, husband and I celebrate our 30th anniversary. Hard to believe it's been 30 years already. I don't know where those years have gone. But yeah. Unfortunately, he's got to work. But yeah, 30 years. And nobody's killed anybody. Miraculously. Thank you, Arlene. I appreciate that. You know what? Let's do it this way. Make that easier. Yeah. The only thing, I mean, I don't regret a minute of any of it. I love him dearly. I just wish we had used our heads and not gotten married 1 week before Christmas. 1 week before Christmas is a little, makes it tougher, like doing anything to really celebrate. You can't go anywhere because Christmas is like coming. But we were young. We were in love. We wanted to get married. And the Christmas tree setting sounded so good at the time. So there you have it. That's how that happened. Okay, now we can go ahead and get all these things removed. There's our sentiment. This goes in. Okay, so we're going to bring back more up here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our flowers, and they go on with dimensionals. And they cover up all that adhesive perfectly. Next, we're going to take some dimensionals there. And then I did take a little bit of glue. And we're just going to add a little bit of glue to that top portion. Peel that backing. And this actually lines up perfectly with the base of those flowers. So just lay that on there perfectly like so. And then for our sentiment, one little dimensional goes like so. And we have our big hugs. And again, loving these. This time we're using the darker purple ones here. The Gorgeous Grape. Had to think for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to use one of these larger ones here for, oop. Well, let's try. This would be why you need to take your pick tool. And I have like a half dozen of them, but didn't bring it over. Well, that would be why this one didn't come with a glue dot. When we picked it off. I think there it laid right there. All right, let's get this one then. So that goes down. And then we used one of the smaller ones. Make sure I get the glue dot here. Larger one up here. Then, before we call this done, we need some of this white baker's twine. And of course our twine comes in this package here. It's the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. And you have all of your basic colors. I just want a little piece of this white. I'm going to order another package just to get my white, because I use a ton of the white. I should be using more of it. I love Baker's Twine, but I always reach for white, but I need to start reaching for other colors, because the other colors definitely work for things too. Well, thank you, Arlene. I'm glad you like this. And it's so quick and easy. Let's get our little bow here. Holy criminy, it's pouring rain out there. I guess it's supposed to change over to snow sometime in the night, and we're going to get a nasty winter storm through tomorrow, and then it's going to warm back up again. So we're having really bizarre weather, and I can tell you here, I don't know how it is in other areas, but here in central New York, COVID, of course, is ramping up, as well as flu. So with that being said, it ain't any wonder this weather's crazy. All right, just need a glue dot here for our little piece of twine. There we go. And that is going to go right there where that little narrows. And there is card number 3. Ta-da! All right, so a little quick recap. Get all this stuff out of the way. We have our card here. We have this one that we did first. This was our little more labor intensive, only because of different, simple, just a sentiment, and gorgeous paper. Card number 2. Oh, same to you, Arlene. You too. And thank you so much. Oh, thanks for the heart, ladies. All right, that's all I have for you tonight. Not quite quite sure with the holidays. We definitely won't be going live on the next 2 Sundays, because the next 2 Sundays we have Christmas Eve and then we have New Year's Eve. And I know you're all busy with family, so we certainly won't be going live during that time. Again, I'm on vacation all this week, but lots of preparation going into place for the Christmas holiday, so probably won't be going live anytime this week. Potentially I could go live sometime between the Christmas and New Year, but again, it's all going to be dependent on what's going on. Again, like I said, as the infection control nurse for our facility, and things are picking up as far as between the flu and COVID. I may be a little bit busy. This week I'm on vacation, so I'm not dealing with it. I have a coworker who's covering for me while it's blowing up there, and I feel bad. But anyway, so that being said, I don't know if I'll have time or not, but keep your eyes posted. I will certainly post and let you know if I am going live. Otherwise, I'll just be sharing what I can throughout the time, and then we'll be back on normal scheduling after the holidays. And by then, the new catalog will be live, and I'll be able to actually open the catalog and show you my favorite things, and we'll go from there. But this is certainly a good peek at one of the, going to be a very popular suite. So come January 4th, when this catalog goes live, if this one happens to be on your must-have list and you don't want to have to wait if it goes out of stock and wait for it to come back in stock, make this your first purchase. That's all I can say. But your catalog should be hitting your mailboxes any day if they haven't already. If you don't have one by the time the catalog goes live in January, please reach out to me so I can look to see what's going on, because I did make sure everybody who's either placed an order or is pretty routine with me gets a catalog. So, all right. So anyway, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I will see you here soon. All right, guys. Love yous all. Bye for now.